from what it seems, a really nice house. She drives a nice car. She's a single mom that doesn't seem to be in the struggle. And it's like, how are you making
Why'd you
this
have to use
money?
that
You
picture
don't
though?
really see Sky with major brand deals. She seems to be living a very comfortable life, but without working. And then she has that baby daddy that literally is a hoodlum.
Look, literally is a hoodlum. This is the nigga. I told you, a regular old Blake Griffin. This nigga's from Cincinnati. Bruh, I ain't gonna cap. When I heard about a nigga from Cincinnati getting her pregnant, I said, why wasn't that me? Why wasn't it me? Where the fuck you find this nigga at? Facebook dating or something? Out of all the niggas in Cincinnati, I'd be a great stay-at-home dad. I don't give a fuck. I'd just be doing this. Where my little nigga at? Where he at? Let's go do some push-ups. We're gonna do some squats today. I'll go ahead and mow that lawn, do whatever. We're just gonna be chilling, having a great time. But now you wanna see yourself. Look at you. You just stressed out. Stressed out. Crazy. With a bonnet on. Babe, don't leave out with that bonnet on. We got people out here watching. There's somebody that always watching. We always looking good. We going outside, we stepping. But this nigga out here with a shiesty. Nigga, you don't live at it. You live in, you know what? Let me chill. Let me go ahead and get back into the video.
And I highly doubt that he's helping her financially.
He definitely not.
Exactly is Sky getting these funds? A lot of people are
He's
like,
definitely not.
What is she doing in order to get this money on? So she is just one other high profile.
Hey, I'm not a pocket counter. I ain't counting nobody's pocket.
Miranda Kerr. And if y'all don't know who Miranda Kerr is,
I don't know who that
Miranda Kerr
is.
was the supermodel back in the day. Okay, she is a former Victoria's Secret supermodel, and she has actually been called out for yachting for years. And not only that, she has been rumored on TikTok and gossip forums to be one of the most well-known yacht girls in Hollywood. So Jowlo, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly because I mentioned this name earlier when we were speaking on Miss.
You see the nigga? The nigga like it?
No, it was when we were speaking on Emirati's supermodel back in the day. Okay, she is a former Victoria's Secret supermodel, and she has actually been called out for yachting for years. And not only that, she has been rumored on TikTok and gossip forums to be one of the most well-known yacht girls in Hollywood. So Jowlo, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
All right, now look at the nigga. Look at him. And look at that female that he's with right there. This nigga look like the Michelin Man. The Asian Michelin Man. This is what this man looks like. He don't look like he got no type of confident bone in his body. And you really think a nigga like him would be able to pull the females that he's like next to? Like, I don't find her attractive at all. But that's just me. Like, I don't even know what she is. She don't look black though. That's besides the point. I don't find her attractive, but some will. Like, I'm sure that she's a supermodel or something like that. A lot of like.
Because I mentioned his name earlier when we were speaking on Miss Naomi Campbell, was it? No, it was when we were speaking on Emirata. So he has ties to Miranda Kerr too. So this Malaysian financer that we're...
Look at this nigga. Sorry, look at this chicka. Look at this chicka. Paris Hilton. Look at the snow. Look at the snow around him. Look at that Asian blood. She's fucked up. Look at him. Either he's out in the sun or he's been drinking or he's doing both. But he is very, very fucked up. He look lit. Good thing he got the white powder off his nose too. And look at the sweat stain. Yeah, he having a great time.
Speaking on Jowlo, who's tied to Miranda Kerr and Emirata, yeah, he is at the center of Yacht and Kane's party scandals, and he has allegedly gifted Miranda Kerr over $8 million in jewelry, items which later became the subject of a U.S. Justice Department forfeiture case, which we'll talk about maybe in a separate video. But yeah, there was a whole scandal tied to Mr. Lowe, okay? And through that, Miss Miranda Kerr had to return all the gifts that were given to her to authorities from Lowe. Lowe. But though she's not explicitly tied to yachting, these gifts and her presence in the same social circuit fueled speculation that she was moving in the same environments where yachting was very popular. And get this, Miss Emrata, the woman we spoke about earlier who said she went on a date with that billionaire unknowingly, well, she alluded to the fact that she was speaking about Miranda Kerr in that same memoir, My Body, where Emrata was recounting her going on a date with that same billionaire. So in the memoir, Emrata recalls several encounters with women she felt were heavily a part of the yacht model world, describing a Victoria's Secret angel with dimples, dashing bottle toasting moments, and a $1.3 million necklace gifted by a billionaire. Now, she doesn't name who that model is exactly, but we all can probably guess who it is because Miss Miranda Kerr is known for her very, very in-depth dimples. And immediately it spread rumors that Miranda Kerr was indeed a yachter, and Emrata was the one that called her out. And like I'll say for the billionth time, these are all allegations. We don't know if this is true or not. We don't know if Miss Miranda Kerr actually is a yachter or was a yachter now that she's like in her late 30s, but it could very well be true given the fact that she did get $8 million worth of gifts from Mr. Lowe. So the next and last person we're going to speak on is Nina Dobrev. So if you guys don't know who Nina Dobrev is, and I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly once again, I think it is Dobrev, but yeah.
Let's be cops. That's where I know her from.
She was the lead in the series The Vampire Diaries, and Nina is basically known to be the yacht girl. And when I say the yacht girl, I mean the highest paid one and the recruiter, allegedly. One anonymous user saying in quote, "She's kind of a blind item celebrity, very highly paid to spend time with wealthy men on yachts, bringing in more money for any friends she brings along," end quote. So like I said, posts like this suggest she might not only participate, but also recruit others into the yacht world. And to further push the idea that she is a yachter, or at least a recruiter of yachting, allegedly, she has recently been photographed aboard the Ritz-Carlton super yacht called the Luminera alongside Kendall Jenner and billionaire Mark Sheenberg. And if you guys remember earlier, Kendall Jenner has also been speculated to be a yachter, and seeing the two of them, both speculated yachters together, next to a billionaire is definitely going to fuel more speculation. So now let's get into the infamous Dubai porter potty theory or idea that women are going to Dubai and basically being a porta potty. So let's get into what the heck the Dubai porta potty even is. So the term Dubai porta potty has
Before we get into the Dubai porta potty, all I want to say is I think we only saw like 2 or maybe 3 beautiful melanated queens on this list. Mostly, you know, the cocaina, the white girl. Mostly saw white females on here. All I can say is I'm very glad that this is not one of the problems that melanated queens have to deal with. I'm glad it's not one of the problems, because we got a whole bunch of other that we need to figure it out. But I'm glad it is not one of them. I'm glad that these billionaires are like, you know what? I want these white bitches. I don't want the black females. This is one of the times where racism works out in our favor. Not even gonna cap.
Deleted online like an urban legend. People thought it was a joke, a disgusting rumor meant to humiliate women online, but unfortunately, it's not just a story. There are real women behind the shock value, and in some cases, they're barely surviving this aftermath. So Dubai porta potty refers to disturbing allegations about underground events in Dubai where wealthy individuals allegedly lure women, often influencers and models, and coerce them into performing degrading sexual acts, some of which reportedly involve human waste. These events have garnered attention through viral videos.
What did I tell y'all? I told y'all, when it gets to being, I'd say you're going over 20 million, literally you can have any female in the world that you want, and you can do any type of act. And so when it comes to just being sexual, like, it goes from having 1 female, all right, let me do 2. Shit, let me do 3. Damn, 3. Let's have a whole fucking orgy. Oh shit. Then it goes to, what's that furry shit? Let's try the furry shit. Okay. Let me go ahead and get a wife. Let's swing for a little bit. All right, I'm done with that. Huh? Let me try a tranny. Hmm. You know what? Let me try that. And I'm talking about for the billionaires. It's gonna be even more degrading, even more disgusting, because that threshold of having sex versus being freaked out is gonna be them trying more stuff. They'll have to go above and beyond to hit that type of euphoria. It's like when you do Molly for the first time and you feel just a whole bunch of euphoria and have that great feeling, and people start getting addicted to that feeling, and then they fuck up that they can actually fuck up their serotonin. I think no, it's their dopamine receptor by doing Molly too many times because they're trying to get that rush of euphoria. That's literally what they're doing, and then they're doing more degrading stuff, like the dealing with getting shitted on or shitting on the female. I don't even say I don't know, but they're doing a whole bunch of degrading shit, and this is also how to get into the Epstein's Island shit with the younger females who are below, are not of age. All that goes hand in hand, especially when you get to like the 100 million to the billion, all that money. That's why not everybody should have all that money, because power and money corrupts.
And online discussions highlighting a dark underbelly hidden beneath Dubai's glamorous reputation. Now, it sounds bizarre, maybe even fake, but it's a slang term for one of the internet's most disturbing open secrets, which is the alleged practice of ultra-wealthy men in places like Dubai paying influencers or aspiring models tens of thousands of dollars to degrade them. So these things include everything from being urinated on, defecated on, to performing humiliating acts in exchange for luxury bags, lavish trips, and wire transfers.
I remember hearing something about a female, and this is like trying to expose Odell, and it was a while ago, but somebody said that Odell liked to get shitted on, like he asked the female to shit on his chest. I remember hearing about that a while ago.
In a recent podcast clip that went viral, rapper and influencer Jenna Ski shared a story about one of her friends, a former stripper, who was offered $20,000 to $30,000 to go on one of these trips where she'd be making a lot of money. The catch? She was paid to be urinated and defecated on. Take a look at this.
God. Girl, do you want me to tell you them Dubai stories? What? So I had like a stripper friend. She would always go to Dubai. And when she come back I always love her going to Dubai, because when she come back from Dubai, she buying me hair, she getting my nails done, we going out to eat. I never knew, girl, they getting pissed on in Dubai, right? So I said, let me come to Dubai with you. She was like, I gotta be honest with you. She was like, I get on and pissed on for like 20, 30K by different men. And different men do it, like, at one time.
No.
And then she would say it would be like a row of them, and it would be all of them doing it. It was like, she explained it to me, and that's why she would be on private jets.
It's repulsive that she's kind of
We talking about... All right. We just need to have a moment of silence real quick. After hearing that shit. We gotta have a moment of silence. So you telling me you're telling me that you're willing to throw your morals and everything out the window and get a whole fucking bukkake orgy of piss and shit on you for 20, 30K? And my thing is too, just listen to her say that her friend told her that, and she didn't say anything, like to say, "Oh, bitch, why are you still doing it? Like, stop doing that." Like, I ain't gonna cut. If my nigga came up, well, all right, I got to think about the scenario I was about to say. if my dog came up to me and he like all of a sudden was just flowing like with money and shit like that, to where I didn't know like where he got the money from. I never asked, but he was doing the same thing. And then like say he's being flown out to Miami too, or flown out to wherever. He's always on trips. And then I'm like, bro, I need to come and slide with you too. Like, what the fuck? And then he tells me, I'm not even gonna cap, bro. I be getting shitted on. I be getting pissed on. And he tells me this at dinner. Maybe we eating some veal, maybe we eating some lamb, but we talking at dinner. It's an expensive dinner. And he tells me that. I laugh it off because I think he'd be playing like, bro, stop playing, like, for real. And then he'd be like, nah, I'm serious. The first question I'd ask would be, was it by a nigga or a bitch? You get shit on by a nigga or a bitch? First question. Hopefully he says female. If it's a male, I ain't got no, I know I don't got no gay friends. Not saying I don't look for them. I just don't have no gay friends. All my friends are straight. No disrespect to the lettuce, gay, bacon, tomato niggas. I love y'all. But I'm like, my thing is like, I know that he is this friend who I'm thinking about. I know that he is straight. So if you were to say that it was a man, it's like, all right, you're going against your, like I said, morals and values and beliefs for the money. Towards like, I'm like, bro, like, you gotta stop this shit. Like, I can't. Now, if there's a female shitting on him, I'm like, you know what? You gonna have to make your bag, but you ain't gotta do it this way, brother. I get it. You go on these trips, but you ain't gotta do it this way, man. Like, stop it. Both. I'd say stop, because like, bro, you getting pissed and shit, or you getting degraded, so you just need to stop. You shouldn't be doing this for this money. I get it. It seems enticing and shit like that, but it's like, but at what point are you gonna look? Like, at what point are you gonna say, damn, am I really this invested, like, for the money? Like, am I really, like, I don't know, because like, say you have kids and then you just use this big ass house and they don't really see you doing nothing, but then they ask you, Pops, how'd you get this money? Or Mom, how do you get this money? What are you gonna tell them? Oh yeah, I got pissed and shitted on for it. Fuck no. Or it'd be a fucking, you put the kids through the same thing you went through, to where like they got no reason to judge because you put them through that, but then that's gonna fuck up that relationship between y'all. So yeah, it's a very, very sticky situation. But I don't think the people I keep around me, they wouldn't be in those type of situations though. Definitely wouldn't.
Giggling at the fact that this is what her friend does. I mean, if she likes it, I love it, in reference to her friend. But it's crazy the lengths that these women go in order to make money. It becomes addictive, even if it's humiliating. And while some of these viral videos are unverified, because we'll never know 100% what is true or what is not true on this internet, the pattern is once again disturbingly familiar. You have rich men, typically older, young women that are trying to be influencers, models, actors, actresses, beautiful women, and then you see huge payouts where these girls are getting bags, designer, all of these things in order to maintain their lifestyle. However, these women are offered money for acts that go far beyond what they signed up for. And due to them signing contracts or just being among men of power, these women are told they can't leave or won't be paid unless they comply, and many are ashamed or too afraid to ever speak up. So here are some crazy stories discussing the dangers of sex work overseas, or just the concept of women being escorts in general. So in 2022, an Instagram model named Ellie shared her story after allegedly being flown out to Dubai Dubai by a very wealthy client for what she was told would be a luxury party. Instead, she claims when she arrived there, she was drugged, assaulted, and left for dead in the desert. In a post that has since been deleted, Ellie said this in quote, "He said I was boring, that I didn't do what the other girls do, and then he dumped me there, alone, no phone, no water, nothing." End quote. Another woman shared a story that is eerily similar to Ellie's. In March 2025, 20-year-old Ukrainian model Maria Kovalchuk vanished in Dubai. She was later found unconscious with a shattered spine and multiple broken limbs,
God.
barely alive. Maria said that she had been lured to a party by wealthy young men who took her passport, mocked her, and hinted at sex. When she resisted, the situation escalated into violence. She claimed she was chased, beaten, and thrown from a ledge. And according to The Sun, Maria was not only beaten, she was also scalped. The group allegedly tore skin from her scalp and then threw her over that ledge near a construction site. She was later found in a hotel bathrobe unconscious by a passing driver with that shattered spine and the multiple broken limbs. She fell into a coma and now uses a wheelchair and crutches to recover. The article also notes that she had no alcohol in her system despite early reports trying to frame her as intoxicated. And while she denied police's involvement, there's still speculation about local authorities' role in covering up what happened, especially after she revealed that the CCTV footage had been erased and that her medical bills were paid off under conditions of silence. So though these stories are incredibly heinous, I want to be clear that these are not just horror stories, okay? They're part of a pattern where women are being recruited, humiliated, exploited, and then discarded. One fellow model even told The Sun that these elite parties often involve rape, beatings, and mistreatment, all under the false promise of exposure, money, and fame.
Straight weirdos,
And
bro.
unfortunately, this system makes so much money that I would not be surprised if it goes far beyond just a bunch of billionaires. How Maria's medical bills were paid off and then the CCTV footage just disappeared, it does make you want to give the side eye to who exactly is involved and what exactly is being hidden. These so-called parties often involve rich men committing depraved acts on women who have little to no power. I mean, the term porta potty itself comes from allegations that women are literally treated as human toilets, which is a horrific example of the abuse hidden under luxury's veil. Even when victims like Maria survive, justice is rare, the CCTV footage is wiped, authorities are silent, and victims are often blamed, paid off, or threatened to stay silent. So whether or not every porta potty rumor is true or not,
Right, and the thing is too, like with the victims who are paid off, is like the way I see it, I can compare it to when a man is wrongfully convicted of a crime and he's in prison for more than like 20 years, most of his life, and then they finally let him out because he's wrongly convicted, and they pay him for the time that he was, convicted. I compare it to that, to where it's like no amount of money can ever take back what y'all did to me, how that made me feel, my spirit. The physical pain will go away, but my mental pain and my inner pain I gotta deal with, the trauma I gotta deal with from that. Money can never do that. That's why they say money can't buy happiness. You gotta find your own. It be the happiest motherfuckers that be the brokest motherfuckers out here. Look at Robin Williams. Robin Williams, he offed himself. He had all the money in the world. He was a comedian. He was a actor. But he had all that money and he was still depressed.
the pattern isn't fictional. It's the same thing, women being promised luxury, flown out for vague modeling or influencer gigs, being told that they were invited to a party, then pressured or coerced into degrading acts. Some are offered $10,000 to $50,000 or even more. Others are threatened, filmed, or blackmailed. And when they try to speak up, they're met with shame or disbelief. And the only reason that this conversation even made it past Twitter is because some women, like Ellie and Maria, risk their reputations, safety, and careers to tell the truth. So no, this isn't just a Hollywood thing. This is a global system built on the same foundation. So whether it's a yacht off the coast of Cairns or a penthouse in Dubai, the formula is the exact same: money, silence, power, and trauma. So to wrap this video up, I want to be clear. This isn't just a rich person's secret. It's an open industry that profits off of silence, and chances are your favorite influencer, actress, or model has already seen it up close. But you guys, that is the end of today's video, and as always, I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on yachting? What are your thoughts on Dubai porta potties? Do you believe these stories are true? Do you believe your fave celebrities or influencers are in this industry? Let's get the discussion going on in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to my channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Be supportive everywhere, okay? I'm not just on YouTube. Please and thank you. I love and I appreciate you guys all so very much. Remember, we're on the road to 300,000 subscribers, and I will see you all in my very next video. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.
That was a very dope video by Tony Brand. All I gotta say is, man, be mindful of what you do and what you will and won't do for money, man. Be careful out there. I believe those stories. I believe that people can be that evil and are that evil. Like, just look at history and just all the different shit that comes with it. Especially if you got power and everything. Power fucking corrupts, man. That's all I gotta say. But that was a dope video.